Welcome to our show, Hong Kong Brief. I am your host, Jenny. Today, we kick off with Union Hospital leading the charge in the fight against liver cancer in the Asia-Pacific region. They recently hosted the LEAD APAC 2024 pre-conference, where experts emphasized the critical need for early detection and public awareness, especially since nearly half of the world's hepatocellular carcinoma cases are found in China. The discussions on successful screening models and the importance of collaboration are paving the way for better outcomes. Next up, we dive into a rather somber topic as Golden Harvest closes its Nam Cheong branch, marking the 8th cinema closure in Hong Kong this year. Despite some local films performing well at the box office, the ongoing struggles in the film industry are apparent. With a shift towards streaming services, the cinema landscape in Hong Kong is changing rapidly, leaving many wondering what the future holds for moviegoers. Lastly, we have exciting news from China's largest electric vehicle battery producer, CATL, as they plan a second listing in Hong Kong to boost their global competitiveness. With plans to raise at least $5 billion, CATL is not just focusing on the domestic market but expanding internationally as well. Their ambitious projects and innovations are set to reshape the EV battery landscape. Please stay tuned for more detailed content. South China Morning Post reports that Union Hospital has taken a significant step in addressing the rising liver cancer crisis in the Asia-Pacific region by hosting an international pre-conference event for LEAD APAC 2024. Experts from various countries gathered to discuss the pressing issue of hepatocellular carcinoma, HCC, particularly as China accounts for nearly half of the global cases. Key figures like Professor Henry Chan and Professor Xie Qing emphasized the importance of early detection and public awareness, noting that over 80% of liver cancer cases in China are diagnosed at advanced stages. They highlighted successful initiatives like Shanghai's liver cancer screening program, which has shown promising results in improving early diagnosis rates through proactive health campaigns and regular screenings. The collaboration aims to enhance diagnostic capabilities and establish a comprehensive care network for HCC patients across the region. South China Morning Post also covers the recent closure of Golden Harvest's Nam Cheong Cinema, marking the 8th cinema to shut down in Hong Kong this year. Despite some local films achieving box office success, the cinema industry in Hong Kong faces significant challenges. The closure of the GHV Walk Cinema, which was quietly announced, reflects a broader trend of diminishing cinema attendance as streaming services gain popularity. Social media users expressed mixed reactions, with some lamenting the loss, while others viewed it as an expected outcome in a changing entertainment landscape. This trend began earlier in the year with several other cinemas closing, indicating a tough period for the city's film industry. South China Morning Post highlights the ambitious plans of Contemporary Amperex Technology, CATL, the world's leading electric vehicle battery manufacturer, to pursue a secondary listing in Hong Kong. This strategic move aims to bolster CATL's global presence and competitiveness amid increasing market demands. The company, which currently holds a significant share of the global battery market, is looking to raise at least $5 billion through this listing, pending regulatory approval. CATL's expansion strategy includes the development of a new battery plant in Europe and a focus on enhancing its product offerings, such as a newly launched EV chassis designed for safety. The company is navigating challenges in the EV sector, including political tensions and price wars, and is actively seeking fresh capital to support its ambitious growth plans in the global market. South China Morning Post emphasizes the importance of inclusivity during the festive season in Hong Kong. The article reflects on a recent autism-friendly film screening that brought joy to families, highlighting how traditional cinema can be overwhelming for those with sensory sensitivities. By adjusting sound and lighting, the screening created a welcoming environment for autistic children and their families, fostering understanding among attendees. The piece advocates for a more inclusive society, particularly for ethnic minorities, suggesting initiatives like discounted screenings of international films to celebrate the diverse cultural backgrounds present in Hong Kong. This Christmas, the call is for unity and appreciation of diversity, ensuring that the spirit of the holidays is shared by all. South China Morning Post also addresses the pressing issue of public transport fare increases in Hong Kong. Ian A. Skeggs argues that while the city boasts one of the best public transport systems globally, recent fare hikes should not unfairly burden the government or its senior citizens. He supports raising the senior fare discount to $3 and suggests reverting the age threshold back to 65. Skeggs also criticizes the fare concession for Discovery Bay, advocating for fairness in public transport pricing. His insights reflect a desire for a balanced approach to fare adjustments that considers both the needs of the elderly and the financial sustainability of the transport system. South China Morning Post revisits some of Hong Kong's most tragic disasters, providing a sobering account of events that have shaped the city's history. From the devastating landslides of 1972, which claimed 138 lives, to the tragic 1955 Tai Po Cow picnic flash flood that swept away 28 picnickers, these incidents serve as stark reminders of the city's vulnerability to natural disasters. The article recounts the chilling shark attacks of 1995 that left 3 swimmers dead and led to widespread panic, as well as the 1992 downpour that prompted the establishment of a new rainstorm warning system after 5 lives were lost. The 1977 Aberdeen Harbour trawler explosion, which killed 3 marine police, further underscores the need for stringent safety measures. This retrospective highlights the resilience of Hong Kong while acknowledging the lessons learned from its darkest moments. South China Morning Post reports that China has officially launched its first Type 076 amphibious assault ship, the Sichuan, at a ceremony held in Shanghai. This new vessel, with a full load displacement exceeding 40,000 tons, is equipped with cutting-edge technology including an electromagnetic catapult, which allows it to deploy fixed-wing aircraft and helicopters effectively. The ship's dual-island design and full-length flight deck mark a significant advancement in the capabilities of the People's Liberation Army Navy, enhancing its long-range operational potential. Following its launch, the Sichuan will undergo a series of trials to ensure it meets operational requirements. In another report from South China Morning Post, Hong Kong's stock market experienced a decline as the Hang Seng Index fell by 0.2%, reflecting concerns over a continuous drop in profits among Chinese industrial companies. This marks the 4th consecutive month of profit decline, with a reported 7.3% year-on-year decrease in November. Notably, major corporations like Alibaba and Nongfu Spring saw their stock prices drop, indicating a broader skepticism about the corporate earnings outlook in China. Despite this, some tech stocks, such as Mini-i Technology, managed to rise on their first day of trading, showcasing a mixed response in the Asian markets amidst these economic challenges. The Toronto Star highlights a troubling trend in China as mass killings have prompted the government to investigate personal disputes that may lead to violence. Following a series of attacks, including a tragic incident in which a man drove into a crowd, President Xi Jinping has mandated local governments to prevent such extreme cases from occurring. However, this increased scrutiny into personal lives raises concerns about further encroachments on individual freedoms. Experts suggest that the underlying societal pressures contributing to these violent acts are being ignored, and the government's response may exacerbate tensions rather than alleviate them. With strict censorship surrounding these incidents, there is a fear that the cycle of repression and violence may continue to escalate, leading to societal unrest. South China Morning Post reports that the Shaw Foundation in Hong Kong is amplifying its commitment to youth development and small charities, aligning its efforts with the Operation Santa Claus (OSC) initiative for the 2nd consecutive year. This campaign focuses on supporting local charities that create social impact, particularly for smaller organizations. This year, OSC will fund 11 projects aimed at nurturing children and youth through STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics education. Raymond Chan Wyman, the foundation's chairman, emphasized the importance of empowering individuals to seek development opportunities for themselves, reflecting the foundation's philosophy that nurturing talent is essential for societal progress. The Shaw Foundation is also collaborating with educational institutions to enhance arts and culture training, aspiring to bridge the talent gap in Hong Kong's film and television industry. In contrast, the South China Morning Post highlights the stark differences in political integrity between the U.S. and Hong Kong, particularly concerning nepotism and transparency. The author reflects on their experience managing Carrie Lam's campaign for chief executive, where strict standards of propriety were upheld, unlike the nepotism observed in U.S. politics, such as President Biden's controversial pardon of his son, Hunter. The Independent Commission Against Corruption, ICAC, in Hong Kong has played a pivotal role in maintaining oversight and public trust since its establishment in 1974, making the city one of the least corrupt places globally. The ICAC's commitment to fighting corruption extends to both public and private sectors, ensuring fair competition and transparency, which are vital to Hong Kong's reputation as a leading international finance and trade center. Lastly, the South China Morning Post reports on an innovative transportation initiative set to launch in Hong Kong by the end of 2025, where travelers will be able to use driverless vehicles from the Hong Kong checkpoint of the Zhuhai-Macau Bridge to the 11 Skies complex at the airport. The airport authority plans to introduce a fleet of 26 autonomous vehicles capable of transporting passengers at speeds of up to 40 km/h, with future expansions to Tung Chung anticipated by 2028. This initiative is part of a broader 100 billion Hong Kong dollars airport city project, which aims to enhance connectivity and efficiency. The authority has already implemented various autonomous transport solutions, demonstrating a commitment to safety and efficiency, with 0 accidents reported in 5 years of operation. As the technology evolves, it promises to reduce reliance on human labor while improving overall service quality at the airport. South China Morning Post reports that Hong Kong's IPO market is set to flourish in 2025, driven by decreasing interest rates and robust regulatory backing. Deal makers predict a surge in IPO volume to 150 billion Hong Kong dollars, up from 87.6 billion Hong Kong dollars this year, largely propelled by secondary listings of Chinese companies. UBS's John Lee Chin Kwok highlighted the favorable conditions, including a streamlined approval process for A-share companies seeking H-share listings, which could account for 40 to 50% of new stock offerings. Notable companies like contemporary Amperex Technology and Jiangsu Hengrui Pharmaceuticals are eyeing significant listings, indicating a vibrant market ahead. The overall economic recovery in China is also anticipated to boost investor confidence, despite some caution regarding the potential impact of the new U.S. administration on global geopolitics. In a dazzling celebration, Nikki Hilton, the socialite and younger sister of Paris Hilton, marked her 41st birthday and the launch of her capsule collection with Mitharisa. The event featured an array of holiday-ready dresses designed by Rebecca Valance, showcasing sequins, crystals, and bows. Both sisters donned stunning outfits from the collection, with Nikki opting for an ice blue mini dress adorned with crystal embellishments, while Paris chose a striking red version. The celebration took place at the Hilton family's iconic Bel Air residence, attended by notable guests including Kris Jenner, who also sported a chic dress from the collaboration. The event was a blend of glamour and family ties, highlighting Nikki's stylish flair and the successful launch of her fashion line. South China Morning Post highlights a career initiative in Hong Kong aimed at empowering disadvantaged youth. Among its beneficiaries is Nok, a tattoo artist who turned his life around after serving time in prison. Through the side-by-side NGO's career scheme, he received a startup fund to open his own tattoo studio, fulfilling his dream of artistic self-expression. The program, which has supported over 2,200 young individuals since its inception, aims to provide not just financial assistance, but also career guidance to help participants navigate their challenging backgrounds. Another participant, Johnny Law, faced his own struggles after dropping out of college and working in monotonous jobs. Through the scheme, he explored new career paths, demonstrating the program's commitment to fostering upward social mobility and changing perceptions about individuals with unconventional career choices. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Morning coffee, fresh off the press. Reading headlines, feeling blessed. World keeps turning, stories unfold. Every moment, news gets told. Flipping channels, clicking tabs. Feeding my mind's hunger grabs. Facts and figures, images bright. News keeps rolling day and night. Headlines and headlines, can't get enough. Learning about the world, yeah, it's my stuff. Headlines and headlines, stories unfold. Knowledge is power, truth to behold. Politics, science, sports, and art. Every story plays its part. Global voices, voices near. Every headline loud and clear. Need the latest, got to know. Never stopping, always go. Scrolling, swiping, reading on. Daylight breaks in the dark. Headlines and headlines, can't get enough. Learning about the world, yeah, it's my stuff. Headlines and headlines, stories unfold. Knowledge is power, truth to behold. Need the latest, got to know. Never stopping, always go. Scrolling, swiping, reading on. Daylight breaks in the dawn. Headlines and headlines, can't get enough.